Hello, my beautiful bookworms. I thank you for being patient with me. And tonight I will be getting you chapter 3 of Curious Tides. Now, as you know, in the previous chapter, we had Bass's point of view and about him wondering what's going on with Emory and finding the note that was in Cornus Clover's manuscript. And we get to pick up in chapter 3, Emory's point of view, which starts on page 38. And here we go. The setting sun lingered on the horizon as Emory cut across town toward the beach. The college town of Cadence stood near the northernmost tip of Elgee, an island in the middle of the Alder Sea, flanked by the much larger Fravel in the east, and the sprawling Constellation Isles in the south, and the vast outer lands that curved around all of it. If the world was a spiral, Elgee marked the very center of it, and Cadence was by far its best feature. It was smaller than the port city of Threnody, south of here, and much quainter too. Postcard perfect site with the stone cottages and tidy fenced-in gardens, and weeping willows dancing in the breeze. And though it had lost some of its charm in Emory's eyes, tainted as it now was by the drownings, it certainly hadn't lost its appeal with other students. Okay, groups and pairs of them ambled down the cobblestone streets, filing in and out of cafes and taverns, leaving busy corner store with handfuls of provisions. Emory assumed before the bonfire cheap liquor bottles, pockets of crisps, sausages for grilling, bundles of firewood, and canisters of gasoline. Students would also be burning whatever notebooks or knickknacks from the previous year they didn't want to hold on to, and as was tradition, a way to cleanse the past and start the cycle anew. Romy had loved it. Emily took her shoes off once she reached the beach that stretched a length of town, white sand bordered by rippling tall grass. Idle chatter and carefree laughter pervaded the air. A dozen fires already crackling to life. She saw shadows, trying to remain invisible, wary of the tide coming in. It was deceitfully beautiful, devouring the shore, one gently cresting wave at a time. But the Alder Sea remained quiet, no voices calling her name. Still, the farther she walked, the more untamed the beach became. The sparser the fires and laughter. Emory braced for what awaited around the next bend. She thought briefly of turning back, finding the safety of her room, but the absence of Romy filled every empty corner of a suffocating reproach. She had to do this for her. Dovemere Cove greeted her like the revenant she was. Dark waves battered against the towering seaside cliffs, echoing the thundering in her chest. The cave mouth on the far side of the cove grinned at her wickedly. There are more students here than Emory expected. Thrill seekers who wanted to be close to Dovemere and its dark pole for whatever twisted reason. He saw a few of them passing around jars of moon brew, a potent concoction meant to open one's senses to the moon and tides and to better honor the dead. But there was no solemn remembrance in their gesture. They seemed to do it only for show, getting drunk on it the way they would on any cheap bottle of wine. It sparked anger in her, bitter defensiveness. Had they even known the students who drowned? Surely their grief, could be more than an abstract thing, a pale shade of the monster clawing. Give me 1 second, guys. Here was her. Certainly he could have something he wanted. Because of that, she became all he thought about. Then, one morning, while her own insides, she wanted to grab those bottles from their hands, smash them on the sand. We'll get back to Zeus being absolutely terrible, but that will be right after this. It's mile 1,290. Wipe away there. You're still new to this whole careless smile. His eyes landed on hers over one of the fires, as if called by the violence in her mind. A chill ran through her as Kieran Dunhall Thornby stared at her. For the second time that day, flames danced golden on his skin and gilded his carefully styled black hair, a few chestnut locks of which fell across his forehead. He was the picture of ease and nonchalance, sprawled as he was on the sand and leaning back against an impressive piece of driftwood. His pants rolled up past his ankles, bare feet resting near the fire, a stark contrast to the last time she'd seen him here. Nope. Somebody's been in a space, maybe out of a radiation sensor, like set triggers. There's so much he saw that he done. He was so excited. He said, "Where's the AI?" Well, it's right there. It's Eddie Walker. And I'm going to both of those superb into cars. The new podcast brought to you by eBay Motors. Each week, Tony and I will get into the freshest and hottest rides on the road today. Diving deep into the heart and soul of every vehicle. Is this really a Lamborghini? If it doesn't make sense. The show of you is good. Yeah, I mean, because the Countach, amazing car, beautiful car. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this. This is just the beginning. I will get you another chapter probably either tomorrow or Monday. If I don't get it then, I will get it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Thank you for being patient. Have a good night.